Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing we're doing an 8-4 of the Gatewatch Battle for Zendikar draft here, so a little more hardcore than the Swiss we've been doing for the last few. So, I love Essence Depleter, but I think we're going to pick O-Strike over it. I definitely think Depleter is a very powerful card. It's kind of unfortunate that it's in the same pack as Oblivion Strike, because I don't know, they're almost probably close. They're pretty close in power level, but I still am going to err towards the really powerful removal spell. There's also a Soothsayer in here, but I think Depleter and O-Strike are probably just the top two, and then Soothsayer after that. But we're going to start it off with the Oblivion Strike. Depleter is a very good card, though. Well, past another Oblivion Strike, so it seems like the right direction to go. There's also a Blinding Drone in here, which is good, but O-Strike into O-Strike seems like a good start. Okay, so now in black we have practically nothing. We can take the Blinding Drone, which I think is probably the best pick remaining. There's also Zada's Commando, but I think I like Blinding Drone more. I mean, if anything, it fits better with our two Oblivion Strikes than I think Zada's Commando does. Zada's Commando can definitely still be in the same deck as Oblivion Strikes, but maybe they both work fine in general. But I think Blinding Drone's a better card than Zada's Commando. Tap ability is not to be overlooked. Yeah, I think it's the strongest card remaining here too, so we'll take it. Ooh, well, Mind Melter is certainly good. Better than Sky Scour. Cyclone Sire is pretty good too. I think Mind Melter is better than Cyclone Sire, though. I've found that these sort of when whatever card name dies effects, like Seed Guardian and Cyclone Sire, actually fairly weak in this format with cards like Oblivion Strike, even like doesn't Unnatural Aggression exile too? There's like all of this removal that just exiles because it feeds Ingest and stuff like that. So it turns out Die's effects are not as good as you would like. I like Mind Melter. I mean, the thing about taking Mind Melter here is it really moves me into this blue-black deck early. But Mind Melter is a very powerful card. I've been really happy with Mind Melter for the most part. So I think I'm going to take it here. Okay, well, I can take the Boneyard. It just makes our mana better. Or I can take the Waste now. I think we're more likely to find another Waste. Not super likely to find more Fixing. And then there's no other card I really care about in here. Like, Chain Mage isn't what the blue-black Devoid deck wants. So I'm going to get the Fixing over the Wastes here. So just making our mana base better now seems good. Okay, so Sky Scour actually seems like a pretty reasonable card for this deck already, right? Blue-black is very much into a Devoid plan. Yeah, I mean, considering every single spell in our deck currently pumps it, I'm on board with it. Take it over another Waste. I'm okay with that too. Alright, Negator is fine. Yeah, it seems like the pick for us. Nothing else in here that we care about. Could take another Negator. Could take a Corpse Churn. I think we'll just take a second Negator. I'm okay with that. I think Negator's fine. I don't have any problems with it, really. I think the main issue with it right now in our deck is there's nothing that we can give flying that doesn't already evade. I'll take the Pathfinder. I mean, it's kind of on board with what we're trying to do. Negate's fine, too. I like Negate, but I guess we can take a Pathfinder. We could take the Ancient Crab. I'm actually going to take the Meandering River in case there's some powerful white card we open that I maybe want to splash. I think Ancient Crab is legitimately decent for a deck like this, but we can also probably do better. Okay, a bunch of red cards. Good to know. I think we'll take the Tears. Alright, Entangler's not exactly what we're looking for, but I'll take it. It's a 2-drop if I need one. I don't think I care about either of these. Ah, yes, Bonesaw. All right, we'll take it. I don't think we're going to play it, but take it. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's good on all of our evasive guys. Ooh, Reality Smasher. There's a good one. Smasher's pretty powerful, and it kind of fits in with what we're trying to do, although we're going to need some colorless mana here to make Drone, Mind Melter, Negators, and now Smasher work, but is Reality Smasher worth anything? I know it's played, I mean, they already kind of nerfed the modern Eldrazi deck. It's only worth a couple tickets, but it's a powerful card. It's got so many abilities on it. It has so many abilities, I don't even understand why it has so many abilities. Like 5 mana, 5/5 Trample Haste would have already been like, yeah, that card's awesome. And then it's like on top of that, you give it another ability? It's just kind of crazy. I mean, I don't want to pass grass, but Reality Smasher is just smashing for days. Crush of Tentacles, yeah, this card's been really good for me. I'm going to take it over Shrieker and Waste. And even though Reflector Mage, I guess, is an okay splash, I'm still going to take Crush of Tentacles. Bonesaw, I guess, gets a little bit better with Crush in the deck. But, okay, we can take the Unknown Shores now for the colorless mana. I can also take the Seer's Lantern. And it's definitely one or the other. So Seer's Lantern lets us... What does Seer's Lantern let us do? I guess it lets us get colorless mana while simultaneously ramping us. Unknown Shores doesn't take up a slot in the deck. And also gives us colorless mana. I'm kind of erring towards Unknown Shores only because I feel like we're going to be able to fill our deck with enough stuff, and just not taking up a slot in our deck while giving us colorless mana is pretty good. But Seer's Lantern ramping for Crush of Tentacles is also good. And like Pathfinder. I'm going to take the Shores here. I don't know if that's right. Okay, so now we can take Waste. We can take the Shrieker, which I like a lot. And there's Flaying Tendrils, but Tendrils kind of wrecks a lot of our own board. Well, not a lot, I guess. Just like a Scourer, a Mind Melter. Tendrils can be pretty good, I got to admit. I really like Shrieker a lot. We can take this pick off to take a Waste, which is probably okay too. I do want our curve to be low, though, and Shrieker's very nice for that. Tendrils is okay, like I said. I mean, when it's good, it's real good. And it looks like, I mean, we're more of a mid-rangey deck. We are, already. I'm going to go with the board wipe. I don't know if that's right. Oh, man, pass a depleter? That is a gift. All right, well, now we have big need for colorless mana. All right, we're slamming this Waste over everything. Could take the Reflector Mage, but I think we're more with the Sweep Away. I mean, splashing Reflector Mage off Meandering River and Unknown Shores is technically something we can do, and it survives Flaying Tendrils, which is kind of nice. But we're a little bit removal light at the moment, and Sweep Away is definitely really good for that. Let's try not to splash, I guess, if we don't have to. Especially since we're already essentially 3-color if we're playing these colorless lands. Sweep Away is not the best with Surge either. Wall of Resurgence, yeah, I mean, that's a cool splash too, but I don't think we're going to do it. So we could take the Cinder Barons, but we could also take Negate. Negate's fine. You know, it's a good utility land to have. I don't think we're going to end up splashing another color. And it's nice to at least get one Negate, I think. Okay, Comparative Analysis versus Warden of Geometries. So, Warden ramps and gives us colorless mana. Comparative analysis draws us cards. This might actually be a Warden deck, just because I don't think more colorless is going to hurt us, probably. All right, Membrane I like. Another Meandering River. Seems like we would have been able to make White Splash work, but I'm still not in love with it. All right, Membrane's good, though. Definitely take the Membrane. I think that's kind of in line with what we want. Guess we don't need any of this. I doubt I'll need a second negate, but I guess I'll take it. Okay, we'll take the Crab now. If we need to play it, I can. I'm just going to take the Foil Island and let someone have a Mauve Kozilek, even though I think it's a good card. All right, well, I mean, good news is our deck looks good. We've got a cohesive plan going here. And Flaying Tendrils is actually pretty good. Now there's only like a couple things that it kills. Our curve's not like outrageously bad by any means either. Okay, Coastal Discovery is super strong, so happily first picking that. Maybe we'll Anticipate if we're lucky, but we'll take the Coastal Discovery for sure. It's a nice pickup. Foil Serpentine Spike, geez, that's good. I kind of like Benthic Infiltrator. It blocks early. It flavorfully fits better in our deck than like Ancient Crab, even though I still might be on board with Ancient Crab. I don't really like Cryptic Cruiser too much in this deck. We have some exile effects though, like Oblivion Strikes, Flaying Tendrils. I mean, it's okay. But I think I'd rather have the Infiltrator. Serpentine Spike is a bit worrisome, but we've got that negate, so we're safe. Is this an 18 land deck? I'm not sure. Our curve's not like horrible. Sharpshooter's okay. Anticipate's not bad. Something to do early. Creatures we're running are like 13. You can't even really count Crush of Tentacles as a creature. It's like half a creature maybe. So this deck would like some more creatures. I don't think Cloud Manta fits in. It's basically Anticipate versus Mindbreaker. I think I'm actually going to take the Anticipate. I just kind of want to do some more stuff early. Anticipate lets you keep slightly more awkward hands. I think Sharpshooter's okay. I actually think Sharpshooter's pretty good, but I'm not sure this is the deck for it. So let's take the Anticipate. Okay, Mist Intruder, something to do early. It exiles. Maybe we still have a chance to find a Ruin Processor. It also is colorless. Myers Malice. I feel like I like Myers Malice a lot. I feel like we're kind of already doing it in the late game. I'm going to get this Mist Intruder. I know it's a bit speculative this late, but I don't mind it. I'm not sure if I'm on board with running Bonesaw just for the Crush of Tentacles. I'm pretty sure Shambling Vent is worth something. It was worth like 3 tickets last I checked, I believe. Yeah, it still is. I'm going to take the Shambling Vent here because I'm not giving up anything I care about. Like, I don't want to Salvage Drone. I don't want to Spell Shrivel, really. So we'll take 3 tickets. So I definitely could have splashed white, as it turns out. We'll take a second Infiltrator here. It's just a nice pickup. I think Scatter to the Winds is probably okay, though. I'd still rather have just, like, early blockers. We can probably cut the Crab if I've got a couple Infiltrators. We're starting to... I'm really hoping we can find, like, an Oracle of Dust or something. Rush of Ice is fine. I mean, Silent Skimmer's fine, too. It flies. It's pretty similar to Negator. It's got an extra toughness. I don't think I've got enough ramp to run the Devastator. I can run the Rush of Ice. We just don't look like a deck that really needs a Rush of Ice. But Rush of Ice is usually pretty good. I guess we'll take it. There's a chance we play it, actually. All right, Reclaimer is a huge pickup for us. Because bringing back O-Strikes is just insane. And the fact that O-Strike feeds it is, like, also insane. I mean, there's an Oracle of Dust in here, which would also be good, but I think we can sideboard the negate. I'm not in love with Entangler in this deck, to be honest. It's just I'm not doing a ton early, but I think we're probably going to end up cutting it. I don't even really want to run 2 negators, even though they fly. Ooh, Mindraker came back. Mindraker's looking good. That's a nice wheel for us. I like it more than one of our negators in this deck, I think. Probably. Oh, we got the Cryptic Cruiser back too. This deck really came together nicely. We have like all the components I really wanted to make sure we got for our deck. I'm even okay. Actually, maybe we cut the Bonesaw. Like, yeah, it's cute. It works well with the Crush of Tentacles, but I don't care about Bonesaw that much. I'd rather just have all this stuff going for us. All right, Grave Birthing is playable. I don't think we're going to end up playing it, though. I don't even think we're an 18-land deck, to be perfectly honest. Even though, you know, you want to turn on your Crush of Tentacles, I think realistically we could get to 8 mana without 18 lands. Crush of Tentacles is something you're going to end up doing in the late game anyway. None of these cards really matter, but I'm not going to, well, whatever. I'll take it. I don't care. Salvage Drone. I mean, we're not going to play it, but I'll take it. Okay. So the deck did come together. We ended up only getting a few ways to get colorless mana, unfortunately. It's basically just Warden of Geometry's Wastes and Unknown Shores, which isn't a ton. Admittedly, it's not a ton. But we only have one card in the deck that actually requires colorless mana, so I think we're okay. We have like 3 ways to get Reality Smasher out, which is probably fine. We have a nice little ingest plan going, actually. Mist Intruder, Double Benthic Infiltrator, Flaying Tendrils Exiles, Mind Melter Exiles, 2 Oblivion Strikes Exile. So we have like quite a few ways to exile. I still kind of like Rush of Ice in here. Is like just a means to buy some time. It's a better like tempo aggressive card, but I think it's fine in here. So this deck actually came together pretty nicely. We have good blockers. We've got a good late game plan. We have some card advantage in Coastal Discovery. We have a cohesive, like, evasive thing going. We're still running a Negator, which is probably fine, even though it's not great. Yeah, I like this deck. This is a nice looking deck. So, even have enough creatures. I think everything kind of came together pretty well for us here. So theoretically I could run Shambling Vent because I can activate it off an Unknown Shores and a Meandering River. Actually, do I want to do that? It essentially just gives us a 2/3 at the cost. What is the cost of it? The cost is maybe we can't play untapped lands. I'm not actually opposed to it. It's not like we're an aggro deck, so it's... I mean, the main issue is if we're really needing that land. I think if I was going to play Shambling Vent and Meandering River and Unknown Shores, I think I would want to run 18 lands, because then at least if I was getting flooded, I would have the utility land of Shambling Vent. So for that reason, I think I'm not going to do the Shambling Vent Meandering River thing. Basically, I don't think it's worth it to play 2 tap lands just for the chance of having a 2/3 lifelink land. I think I'm probably going to want my lands to be untapped more often than I'm going to have the opportunity to activate a 2/3 lifelink man land. Even though it's cute, it's cool. I just don't think that, especially since we're going to end up running 17 lands, I think, I don't think that's what I want. All right, let's sort by color. So much more blue than black, but we do have double black. Definitely running Wastes, Unknown Shores. I'm really happy we picked up this Submerged Boneyard. I think it's going to help quite a bit. So 9/5. If I do this, 8/8. I think 9/7 is where we can be. 9/7 seems fine to me. And I guess Unknown Shores counts as like half, so it's like 9.5 and 7.5. That's fine. All right. So overall, I like this deck. I think it's powerful. It's slightly unique too. We have good blockers. We have good removal. We have powerful finishers. We have card advantage. We have like Cryptic Cruiser, Reclaimer, Mindraker. So we have Ingest. I want to rate this deck fairly high. I think this deck's actually pretty powerful. I think our mana base is okay. If we'd ended up with more colorless sources, we would have been better. But as is, we're okay. We have powerful cards. Yeah, I want to rate this deck really high. I almost want to say like B minus territory. This might be straight up like an 80% deck. Very good. All right, this is how we're running it. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see you round 1.